was in the chest.
Alright, now free to be talking to this thing. Where's little boy?
You'll find it in time.
Oh, cool.
What you see in front of you is a medium-sized square room with another door on the other end, and above it, cowered on the floor, 4 medium body-shaped indents. The ceiling starts to lower.
So at this point, I'm going to push Rack into a hole.
I'm going to chuck Bryn in the last one as well.
Get
Stay in the fucking holes!
And it just comes up to your nose and stops.
It seems this place is going to try and break us all one by one.
You guys progress. You see along this hallway, as it widens out, on the sides are these fleshy sort of mounds, kind of building up into humanoid-ish kind of figures, arms sort of clawing into the sky, the faces just sort of melting and mouths agape. You see 6 of these, and they are lining the corridor. There is a parting, clear enough for you all to walk through. You can see that kind of expands into a larger room at the very end. You see this much larger sort of mound of horrible flesh. It's kind of a reddish purplish colour in nature, and it is just a mess of eyeballs and mouths and maws and teeth, just gnashing and sort of whispering and just sort of moving in quick succession and darting around.
These creatures that we can see, the humanoid forms, do they have eyes?
You can certainly make a perception check.
That is a critical failure. Guys, I think there's something up ahead.
Bryn, by my side. The rest of you, behind.
I'm still looking to see if they have eyes.
Well, as we're wandering along, I'm just going to get a javelin ready, just like to...
How far away are we from them now?
70 feet, I'd say. It's a long corridor.
Yeah, so what I'm going to try when I get within range, which is 30 foot, is that I'm going to try just conjuring a hovering blank cube just at a point in the air.
You come up close enough, edging forward slightly. You cast your illusion, and just a blank black cube appears in the centre of all of them. Their bodies shift as they turn towards this cube in the sky, arms sort of clawing towards it.
And how far apart are they spaced? Like down the length of the corridor, how far are they?
They're pretty close, so I'm going to say they're all within like...
Could it be 20 feet?
feet of each
20
other, I was
feet.
going to say. Yeah.
Excellent, right. Okay. Oh, he was going to say 20.
No, I was going to say 20 feet.
I am going to cast Fog Cloud. That's a 20-foot sphere, but since it's a corridor, it will just be down the corridor. And
there is a pervasive fog that slowly fills the room from the centre point of where you cast the spell.
Do the thing. It would be really... I mean, it's not that big a fog cloud. It would be pretty shitty if I had to make a roll to see whether I could just make some fog. What sort of wizard would that be? I wouldn't even be as good as owning a smoke machine.
There is now a spreading fog that completely obscures that whole corridor.
Oh, good. So now we can't see them. Just stay in the middle.
Okay.
Then I head up down the middle.
So I'm just going to go first and be like, I know this stuff. I'm good at fog.
I'm good at
I'll stand right by
I'm
your
really
side.
good at fog. So I've got a javelin and I'm like, I'm waving it and I'm seeing, like, gently just like poking.
so I'll duck behind Bryn then.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll go at the back.
I stay close, yeah. I'm not very keen on this.
Like a morbid conga line, we slowly shuffle forwards.
Bryn, as you're advancing forwards with your glaive sort of spreading the area, making sure you're not going to hit into anything, you just about can see one of these fleshy sort of arms make its way up and just tries to like grasp at your glaive's handle.
Good job.
Actually, can I just get you to do a sleight of hand roll?
19.
Just as it's just about to grip on, he quickly gets it out of the way and with a swift sort of arc of the blade on the end just brings it down and just chops off that hand as it slumps to the ground. A black ooze, coming from the wound. You see just to the right of you where the hand came from, some kind of mass just edge back to the wall again, which you continue through. You make your way into a circular room now, a diameter then of 40 foot, and in the very centre you now see this gibbering mass of eyes and teeth gnashing, with the mouths kind of quick movements as though whispering to themselves. The front end of this mass, it kind of just hangs over a chest.
Like you say, it's sort of hunched over. Does it look like it's got a front?
As in, from your perspective.
It's more like underneath a tree than being
Yes.
underneath like a person sitting over it. Okay.
Okay, so I'll turn to everyone and go, alright, looks like it's me. And I'll try and sneak up.
I say, whoa, hang on 2 seconds. Just I could help you with a diversion. I could cast an illusory sound on the other side, so it's focused over there. Or do you think it's better to just leave it? Pretty much whatever sound you want.
Just do the little sound. I like the idea of the
I
sound.
point over the
Let's
other
see how
side.
it reacts to it.
I do a little bongo. It's a little boom. I'm casting an illusory sound on the far side from where the chest is.
It just happens to sound like.
Okay, you can also.
Yeah, I can
just
choose
about-
any sound. I chose bongo.
You can. You also see, sorry, as you enter the room, on the other side, you just sort of peeked around, and you just about from the side of its mass, you can see another door.
Yeah.
You guys hear the sound of bongos, just
like a
beating.
whole like little bongo section, like a real like polyrhythms going like boom, 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 like this, all this sort of shit. You look unimpressed with the trickery.
Enough with this deception.
But
Let me never be known a coward again. I'm gonna charge.
You're going to
I'm
charge.
gonna let out a war cry and charge.
Okay. As
Can I
bongos-
cast grease?
Sorry, I just need to go through this. As you cast the bongos,
Yep.
this mass does sort of shimmer a bit and sort of turn towards the source of the sounds, but it just leans towards it as though it's trying to get a better understanding of what it is. But it doesn't make any movement.
Okay, the
That's
drums
what it
speed
does.
up.
As this happens, Marcus, enough with this trickery, enough with this deception, we've just got to be heroes, and he runs straight towards this mass. As you get within 20 foot of it, you start hearing very quiet whispers that of all different languages, all different sounds. You don't understand what the words are, but you get a sense of this incoherence and this babbling and this combination of these old ancient words and languages mixed together, it starts to make your mind turn and go a bit insane as you hear these words, and they just don't make sense to you, but they just make you feel like you're going mad. However, because you've got this attitude to just charge in straight, at least for these first few seconds, you just shake it off and you run through. But as you get to around 10 foot of the mass, roll a strength saving throw.
Oh my god, I don't believe this. I got a natural 1. I've had so many ones with this
Would
dice.
you like to take the DM's detail?
That's fine, that's fine. I'll beat these dice.
You run and you shake it off, but as you shake it off, you kind of stumble a bit, and as you get to within this radius, the floor gets stickier, and you can see like it's sort of secreting this horrible ooze. This ooze just gets your feet, and you're stuck, and you can still hear these bongos.
You guys kind of like it. Like, you're kind of driving to it now. You're like, yeah.
Can we get to a fighting rhythm?
Exactly, that's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm not a bard, but
He tries.
Yeah, but it's not exactly 4/4 beat. It's a little bit out.
I'm sweating. I'm like mustering under my breath and going 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2.
We start with Mac. You've seen Rard create a bongo sound, and then you've seen Marcus go, fuck this, we just need to charge, run in, and then he sort of stumbles a bit and just gets stuck just before he reaches the actual mass itself.
So I kind of run a couple of steps, flap my wings into the air, launch a dart into this thing.
As you
So
get
I
into
gotta-
20 foot of it,
Yep.
you start to hear this incoherent babbling as well. Like your personality's under attack, but you shake it off as you're just all about attacking this thing right now. And so you get within 20 foot of it, above it, I assume. You get your dart out, you just sling it at this
Sling
thing.
as hard as I can, yes.
You see one of these little eye stalks. Dart pierces the eye and goes straight through, exploding it into a globular, goopy mash. As the dart just clashes to the floor, it vibrates violently, and you just see the mouths just gibber quicker and more incessantly now.
I follow through with the flight motion I had previously, and I kind of sort of slash it with my foot.
And you see, as you're coming closer to it, all these eyes and everything just turn to you now.
I'm thinking like kind of flying in, kind of feet first, and like,
Yeah. Screeching! A cacophony of bongos and screeches.
Like some kind of avian Jesus.
Yeah. From top to bottom, making this gigantic gash. You burst a few more eyeballs,
Oh, I don't know.
cut some of the maws and mouths so they just split open and hang out, their teeth just going everywhere.
Yeah, bitch.
The murmurings and whisperings get louder and more incessant, and he does feel that they're...
I try and get this. I try and do 20 foot away then and disengage.
As you do that, you see one of these maws just comes up to try and grab your leg. Your foot just about gets out of reach as this maw closes around into just air. However, another one of these mouths shoots this goopy globule not at you, but just next to you, it just explodes in blinding white light. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
21.
Before it explodes, you cock your head away, avoiding the blinding light that you will see from a distance as you just turn your head and beat your wings back and just veer off hard to the left.
I'd like to carry on getting into hitting range.
You still hear these whispers and you just have to do something about it. So you manage to just about pull your legs from this surface, but you're now walking slower, you're walking at half your speed.
By the way,
Right.
once I'm out of range again, do the noises stop?
You just about don't hear them. If you do, it's nothing that you can really process.
So what? Can I just do one more thing then? I shout to the others.
Don't get too close.
Don't get too close, it sounds like madness.
And you hear this, and you're already accustomed
He's already hearing
to this
that.
feeling. You manage to just about move them at half your speed going towards this thing, and I need you to make another check real quick. A wisdom saving throw?
19 plus 1, 20.
This gibbering going on, you just shrug it off in your pursuit of reclaiming your
Atonement.
character, become the man that you want to be.
I'm gonna slash him with my saber.
You plunge it straight into this gaping maw, and you just pull up multiple maws within maws. You split them all as gunk falls out.
And I would also like to use action surge.
Bringing your saber down again in the opposite sort of motion. Thanks. Don't look.
I can't help it.
Just show yourself, man.
Sorry.
With your saber, you bring it down, and from right to left, diagonally, you slash, and these eye stalks are kind of getting in the way, and you're chopping them off. As you do finish that attack, you once again hear these whispers come back and creeping into your mind. And we come to the thing itself.
Oh, bloody hell.
Having just been slashed twice,
Oh no.
all
got
eyes
major
from its
grumps.
sides turn towards you. With another maw, you just sort of see burst out from like its chest from this actual slash that you've made. You see like something shifting in the corner and just going, and just out again from this hole, another mouth that's just gonna come and try and grab your arm as you've just finished through with this slash. Son of a.
That's a good sign, mate.
You bring your arm away just as this maw closes. Oh, and at this point you see the movement of the whole mass shiver more as it slumps off of its chest in front of you, very slowly shifting towards the whole party now, just coming by your side.
After hearing Brack's little, don't go over there, there'll be scary things,
Yeah.
I'm going to run to the right,
Okay.
stay 30 feet away, not getting too close, like yell again, and rather than be like, stay back, don't get too close to it, I'm going to try and shoot with my little bow, but I want to distract it so it's more
Okay, absolutely.
taking a bit away
So
from Marcus.
you run to the right instantly. You're getting your bow out.
I'm making aggressive eye contact at Fjord, like you've got this
All
bugger
while you're turning back and looking at Fjords, just
having
be like,
meaningful glances with everyone on the way round.
this arrow clips it. You carve this notch even in it, and you just see more sort of gunk ooze out. It shivers, and you see some of the eyes now turning towards you.
I'm like yelling it as well, trying to be like,
How much further back than I already am could I back? I flatten myself against the wall, and I'm gonna do my classic. See if it actually can ever hit anything. Frostbite. He needs to roll, and he needs to be a 14 with con.
So you cast.
I cast
and
the
you're
wrong
like,
spell. I panicked and I cast my condiment spell. So now he is
lightly salted.
He's covered
he's lightly salted and just the right amount of pepper, but like just the right amount.
You didn't think you had it? You thought you lost it? But no, in the back of your mind, whilst trying to access your frostbite spell, you managed to find your common condiment spell, and you cast it, and
It's
you
called
just see this
Edwin's magnificent condiments.
Edwin, the chef wizard, and you just see a
Celebrity
sprinkling
chef wizard.
of salt and pepper above it, and that's what you get with Rod's powerful movement there. We come to
Just want to make delicious, really nice.
Bit of heat on that.
Boil that up.
You're making my mouth water, mate.
I'll shoot it with my bow. Natural 20.
Do we know that his spell didn't do anything other than salt it?
Yes, we just see how saw me go, harder!
And in the arcane languages, like, shake, shake, little pepper. That's what it translates to. But we're like, wow, this guy knows his stuff. He knows his stuff.
Season to taste!
As you see Rod perform this spell, at the same time, you see a very quick and nimble Yen just dart, already notching his arrow and getting it up, and just straight into...
He's really enjoying this fight, notching an arrow and getting it up.
and releases that arrow, and it goes straight through this gigantic eye that was watching your movements as it explodes in a horrible sort of mushy mess. The mass seems to quiver more and more as though it's been taking a lot of damage now. And we come to Fjord.
Fjord.
And you need to make an animal handling check.
Stare the shit out of him and I get a my little whistle. I'm like,
Okay? And with that, Fjord sits.
I'm like, I meant to go.
And he rolls over and presents his belly.
Why have you got something? Oh, you're a she.
Oh.
Back.
I'm going to launch another dart at it.
And you bring out one of your iconic little darts with the green feather on the end, and you fling it straight at this thing. You bring your dart, and you just pierce the mass, and it just sinks straight into this thing, and you just see like a big spurt of black dung just ooze out from the side, and it just quivers again, and these eyes come looking towards you now. What was the range of that? Sorry.
20 foot.
You still did hear just the quick whispers,
noises,
quickly, and with your low intelligence and everything, they were quick to sort of seep into your mind, so I will need you to make a quick wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Your mind just goes blank, and all your limbs go limp, as you just, a pile of feathers just plummet to the ground and hit that surface, taking just 2 bludgeoning damage. You are now sort of inactive, now just lying on the floor, a mess of feathers. And so we come to Marcus.
I'm going poking with my saber.
Make your wisdom saving throw, please.
Natural 20.
There we go.
These whispers,
No fear.
you just shake them off completely. In fact, you were somewhat distracted by just seeing, just within the corner of your vision, this big pile of feathers just slump to the ground. And I need you to make a strength saving throw as well.
15.
In your lack of motion, you felt like your feet just stick to the ground again, but you just managed to pull them up, and just you get that movement just to turn around.
I guess if it's moved, I probably just did like a lunge or something, just to try and
just
get that
lunge.
extra little bit of distance.
Yeah, you lunge with your saber and you just bring it straight into its side of its just quivering mass. And just with a quick sort of flourish, you just cut this gash, and again, just it spurts. In fact, it like covers your arm a bit. This black, purple gunk. It's gross. It smells disgusting. Like these maws and these eyes just come back to you, and one of these maws just spins around, and it's just gonna go straight for your torso. And with that, it just does not get the movement it needs, and it just sort of uselessly just collapses itself. But with that, again, you recognise that familiar other sort of volatile shooting out from above, and I need you to make yourself a dexterity saving throw.
How much was that?
14.
And you just see it exploding. But with that, you're just about able to duck your head down, and you just see this bright white wall in front of you as it obviously reflects off of the mass, but it doesn't blind you. You just have to blink a few times. The mass itself, seeing Rack prone, starts shifting towards that mass there, away from you. You do get an attack of opportunity. And how do you want to finish this thing off?
I guess I'd give it like a quick sort of left to right slash.
You clip it just left to right, this gigantic horizontal gash. And with that, the skin just sort of peels off, unable to hold this sort of new weight, top heavy, and you just see all of this massive gunk just sort of fall and trip down the side as it collapses. And in fact, you just have to make a quick move to your left as this mass just slumps just right next to you. And the gibbering mouths just sort of twitch, and the eyes twitch a bit before they go completely still, and you guys don't hear that pervasive sound anymore.
So I'm gonna jog over to Marcus, give him a big old high five. That was
Go team.
Oh, you got it. You got it on the attack on the
smashed it.
Oh,
I gird your loins, brave fellow adventurers, for this is not only a vampire, it is a warlock vampire. The most fearsome breed. I scare myself
And
a little
it-
bit. I
it's-
don't know, I weren't sure what
the
to find.
voice cuts in your head.
It's not a vampire.
In everyone's head.
Don't believe his lies.
Oh, she looked so. Oh no!
And there it is.
And that's her. And that's her.